Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a moment in life when you must recognize the weight of silence and the power of restraint. Not every battle requires your voice, and not every offense demands your reaction. Wisdom is found not in loud confrontations, but in deliberate action. When others aim to hurt, provoke, or diminish you, the greatest strength lies in your ability to rise above without engaging. Let's explore this journey with 10 principles that will guide you to master the art of cutting them off silently without losing your peace or your purpose. When you choose silence over reaction, it is not a display of weakness, but a profound expression of strength. Silence reflects your ability to control your emotions, to resist the urge to retaliate, and to maintain a level of composure that others cannot shake. It is easy to react in the heat of the moment, to let words fly or actions unfold out of frustration or anger. But true strength lies in your ability to pause, to reflect, and to withhold response when it is not necessary. This kind of restraint demands discipline and wisdom, for it requires you to prioritize the bigger picture over momentary satisfaction. When you remain silent, you are making a powerful statement without uttering a word. You are showing that your peace is too valuable to be disrupted, your focus too important to be diverted. Silence allows you to rise above the fray, to operate on a level where petty conflicts and small-minded provocations cannot reach you. It shifts the control from those who seek to manipulate you to you who now hold the power by refusing to engage. Moreover, silence creates space for reflection. In the absence of immediate reaction, you give yourself the opportunity to consider your actions carefully, to choose a response that aligns with your values and purpose, or to decide that no response is needed at all. It is in that pause, in that intentional stillness, that you demonstrate not just control over your emotions, but mastery over your mind. Choosing silence does not mean accepting wrongdoing or ignoring injustices. It means you are choosing to respond, if necessary, on your terms with clarity and intention. It is a deliberate act of strength, not a passive act of avoidance. Through silence, you declare that you will not be moved by the noise around you, but will instead be guided by the deeper convictions within you. Silence is not the absence of power, it is the evidence of it. Your inner peace is one of the most valuable assets you possess. A sanctuary that must be guarded with diligence and care. When you allow others to provoke you, to drag you into unnecessary conflicts or emotional reactions, you hand over the key to that sanctuary. Inner peace is not merely the absence of noise or trouble, it is the state of being unshaken by external circumstances. It is the calm assurance that no matter what happens around you, your mind and spirit remain anchored steady and focused on what truly matters. Protecting your peace requires intentionality. You must recognize that not every word spoken to you deserves a response, and not every action against you requires a reaction. Peace is preserved when you choose to let go of offenses, knowing that holding on to them only grants them power over you. The moment you react to negativity, you invite it into your space, allowing it to disrupt the harmony within. But when you choose to remain still, you deny that negativity access to your inner world. This does not mean you ignore reality or avoid addressing important matters. Instead, it means you approach life with a higher level of discernment, understanding that some battles are distractions designed to pull you away from your true purpose. You learn to prioritize what is worth your energy and what is not. By doing so, you create a shield around your peace, allowing you to think clearly, act wisely, and move forward without unnecessary burdens. When you guard your peace, you also nurture your strength. A peaceful mind is a strong mind, capable of making sound decisions and maintaining focus even in the midst of chaos. Peace equips you to respond with wisdom rather than react with emotion. It keeps you grounded, ensuring that you are not swayed by the winds of negativity, but remain steadfast in your convictions and goals. To protect your peace is to value yourself, to understand that your mental and emotional well-being is not something to be sacrificed for the sake of engaging with those who seek to disrupt it. It is an act of self-respect, a declaration that your life's purpose is too significant to be derailed by trivial matters. In doing so, you not only preserve your inner sanctuary, but also inspire others to seek the same calm strength that radiates from within you. Peace is not just a state of being, it is a weapon that allows you to navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. Setting boundaries is an essential act of self-respect and personal growth, yet it does not always require lengthy explanations or justifications. When you decide to establish boundaries in your life, it is a statement of clarity about who you are, what you value, and what you will or will not allow. These boundaries are not meant to punish others, but to protect the space where you thrive, your mind, your emotions, and your spirit. To enforce them without explanation is not an act of arrogance, but an acknowledgement that your life does not need constant validation or approval from others. When you explain your boundaries too much, you risk inviting debate where none is needed. People may challenge, question, or attempt to manipulate your decisions, distracting you from the very reason you established the boundary in the first place. But when you hold firm without providing excessive details, you demonstrate confidence and authority over your own life. You send a message that your decisions are intentional, not open for negotiation. This kind of quiet resolve requires courage because it often goes against the pressure to please others or avoid conflict. Yet true growth happens when you prioritize what is right for your well-being over the comfort of others. It is not about being harsh or unkind. It is about understanding that boundaries are not for their approval, but for your stability and growth. A life without boundaries is a life at the mercy of others. Without clear limits, you leave yourself open to exploitation, manipulation, and unnecessary emotional turmoil. But when you enforce boundaries with quiet confidence, you protect your focus, your time, and your peace. You begin to move with purpose, unencumbered by the weight of trying to explain yourself to everyone. Establishing boundaries without over-explaining also allows you to maintain a sense of mystery and strength. When you are not constantly explaining your every move, you operate from a position of authority. Others begin to understand that your time and energy are valuable and they are less likely to take advantage of you. It is in this silence that you assert the value of your presence and the purpose of your actions. Remember, the power of a boundary lies not in the words used to defend it, but in the consistency with which it is upheld. When you set a boundary, honor it. When others test it, stand firm. You owe no one an explanation for choosing what is best for your life. Your boundaries are a reflection of your self-respect, and enforcing them silently is a testament to your unwavering commitment to your growth and well-being. Rising above pettiness requires a mindset rooted in purpose and a heart that understands its worth. Pettiness thrives in the realm of small-mindedness, where ego and pride drive actions, but a person who is focused on their vision cannot afford to dwell in such spaces. When you encounter situations or individuals that aim to pull you into trivial arguments or meaningless disputes, your response must be one of elevation, not engagement. Rising above is not a retreat, but a deliberate choice to preserve your energy for things that matter. When you refuse to stoop to the level of pettiness, you demonstrate maturity and self-awareness. You are showing that your value is not diminished by the actions or words of others. Pettiness seeks to provoke you, to distract you, and to lower you into a cycle of reaction and retaliation. But when you rise above, you break that cycle. You take the higher ground where your integrity and focus remain intact. It is a place of clarity where you can see the bigger picture and avoid being trapped by momentary irritations. Choosing to rise above also speaks to the discipline of your character. It is easy to respond in kind when someone wrongs you, but it takes strength to remain calm and composed. It is not about ignoring the wrong, but about understanding that not every battle is worth your time or effort. Some situations are designed to test your patience, to see if you will abandon your principles for the fleeting satisfaction of being right. But the person who rises above knows that being right in the moment often pales in comparison to being purposeful in the long run. This decision also reflects your understanding of influence. When you rise above, you inspire others to do the same. You become an example of grace under pressure, a reminder that strength is not loud or reactive, but steady and resolute. People who watch you navigate challenges with dignity will be drawn to the stability and wisdom you embody. Your choice to avoid petty conflicts sends a powerful message about the kind of person you are and the values you uphold. To rise above is to keep your eyes fixed on your greater purpose. Pettiness thrives in distraction, and when you engage with it, you lose sight of what truly matters. But when you elevate your perspective, you see beyond the immediate irritation and recognize the triviality of what seeks to pull you down. You are not here to fight every small battle. You are here to fulfill a destiny that requires your full focus and commitment. By choosing elevation over engagement, you preserve your peace, protect your purpose, and maintain the dignity that sets you apart. Pettiness has no power over a person who refuses to descend to its level. Instead, your silence, your composure, and your unwavering focus become the loudest declaration of your strength and wisdom. Focusing on your purpose is one of the greatest shields you can wield against distractions, negativity, and the pull of unproductive conflicts. Purpose is the anchor of your life, the reason for your existence, and the force that gives meaning to everything you do. When you keep your eyes fixed on your purpose, you naturally begin to filter out anything that does not align with your vision. You become intentional about where you invest your time, energy, and emotions because you understand that every moment spent away from your purpose is a moment lost. Distractions will always come, often disguised as urgent matters or disguised in the form of people who pull at your emotions. But when you know your purpose, you develop the clarity to discern what deserves your attention and what does not. Purpose gives you a framework for decision making. It empowers you to say yes to what matters and no to what does not, without guilt or hesitation. It becomes your compass, guiding you through the noise of life and keeping you on the path of destiny. When you are purpose-driven, you are less likely to be moved by the opinions or criticisms of others. Purpose has a way of grounding you in a sense of identity that does not waver based on external validation. You are no longer trying to prove yourself to anyone because you are too busy pursuing the vision that burns within you. This clarity gives you a strength that cannot be easily shaken, a focus that keeps you pressing forward regardless of opposition. Purpose also fuels resilience. Challenges, setbacks, and obstacles become stepping stones rather than roadblocks because you see them through the lens of your ultimate goal. When you know why you are here and what you are working toward, you find the courage to persevere through difficulties that might otherwise discourage you. Purpose gives you the stamina to keep going when others would give up because you are not driven by fleeting motivation but by a deep sense of calling. It also helps you master the art of prioritization. Purpose teaches you that not everything requires your involvement and not every invitation needs your response. Your energy is finite, and your purpose demands that you use it wisely. Instead of scattering your efforts, you focus them like a laser on what will bring you closer to fulfilling your mission. This focus not only accelerates your progress, but also protects you from being overwhelmed by things that do not serve your growth. Finally, living with purpose elevates your perspective. It lifts your eyes above temporary frustrations and distractions, helping you see the bigger picture. When you are focused on your purpose, you are less likely to be entangled in petty conflicts or negativity. You simply do not have the bandwidth for anything that detracts from the pursuit of your calling. Instead, you channel your energy into building, creating, and progressing toward the life you were designed to live. Focusing on your purpose is not just a choice, it is a discipline. It requires you to constantly remind yourself of why you are here and what you are working toward. It demands that you guard your heart and mind from anything that seeks to pull you off course. And most importantly, it calls you to live with intention, knowing that every step you take is a step closer to the destiny waiting for you. Distance is not just about physical space, it is a deliberate act of creating the emotional and mental separation necessary for growth and clarity. There are relationships, environments, and habits that, while once comfortable, no longer serve the person you are becoming. Growth requires change, and change often demands distance. When you step away, you give yourself the opportunity to reflect, refocus, and realign with your purpose. This is not an act of rejection, but an intentional choice to prioritize your development. Growth thrives in solitude and intentional spaces. It is in moments of separation that you can hear your own thoughts, reconnect with your vision, and address the areas in your life that require transformation. Constant noise, whether from people or distractions, can cloud your judgment and keep you stuck in patterns that no longer align with your potential. Distance creates the room you need to break free from these limitations and step into the next level of your life. This space also allows you to evaluate relationships with clarity. Some people are in your life for a season, and holding on to them beyond their time can hinder your progress. Distance is not about animosity, but about recognizing that not everyone can walk with you on your journey. By stepping back, you can observe whether a relationship is adding value or draining your energy. If it is the latter, the distance becomes a tool of self-preservation and growth. Separation also protects your focus. Growth requires concentration, and not everyone around you will understand or support your goals. Some may even seek to distract or deter you, whether intentionally or not. When you distance yourself, you reclaim your time and energy, redirecting it toward the things that truly matter. This focused energy becomes the fuel for your progress, enabling you to achieve what once seemed impossible. Additionally, distance fosters healing. There are wounds that cannot mend in the presence of the very things that caused them. Stepping away allows you to process your experiences, let go of past hurts, and rebuild your inner strength. Healing is a vital part of growth, and distance provides the quiet and safety needed for it to take place. It is important to remember that distance is not always permanent. Sometimes stepping away is simply about creating space to grow, so that if you reconnect with certain people or situations, you do so from a place of strength and clarity. However, there are also times when distance reveals that some connections were never meant to be restored. Either way, it is through distance that you gain the wisdom to discern what is best for your future. Growth is never comfortable, and creating distance often comes with challenges. People may not understand your decision, and you may feel the pull of familiarity. But true growth requires the courage to choose discomfort over complacency. Distance is not about isolating yourself. It is about intentionally choosing the environment that nurtures your transformation. When you embrace the power of distance, you step into a space where growth becomes inevitable. You are no longer bound by the expectations or limitations of others. Instead, you are free to evolve, to dream bigger, and to walk boldly toward the life you were destined to live. In that space of separation, you discover the strength, clarity, and purpose that propel you to greater heights. Silence is one of the most powerful tools you possess. It speaks volumes without uttering a single word. Choosing silence over confrontation is not an act of passivity, but a demonstration of profound strength and self-control. There will always be people who misunderstand your silence, assuming it is weakness or indifference. But the truth is that silence reflects a level of wisdom that surpasses the need for constant justification or reaction. It is a choice to protect your peace, maintain your dignity, and operate from a position of power rather than impulse. When you respond with silence, you step out of the chaos of conflict and into a space of clarity. It is in this space that you can assess situations with a calm mind, free from the cloud of emotion that often accompanies immediate reactions. Silence allows you to think deeply, to weigh your words, and to ensure that any response you give, if necessary, comes from a place of intention and purpose rather than emotion. It is a strategic pause, a deliberate act that keeps you in control of yourself and the situation. There is also wisdom in understanding that not every statement or action against you deserves your energy. Silence is your way of declaring that not every battle is worth fighting. It is a shield that protects you from being drawn into unnecessary conflicts that drain your time and distract you from your goals. Silence does not mean you are ignoring the situation. It means you are choosing to focus on what truly matters, refusing to be derailed by negativity or provocation. Moreover, silence has a way of unsettling those who seek to provoke you. It denies them the reaction they are looking for, leaving them to wrestle with their own words and actions. Silence forces reflection. It shifts the weight of accountability back to the one who initiated the conflict. In this way, silence becomes a form of strength, not weakness, because it demonstrates your ability to rise above the noise and remain unshaken. Silence also preserves your reputation and integrity. Words spoken in anger or frustration can be difficult to take back, and they often leave lasting damage. But when you remain silent, you avoid the trap of saying things you might later regret. Your silence becomes a testament to your maturity, showing that you value your principles more than the temporary satisfaction of winning an argument or proving a point. Furthermore, silence creates an aura of mystery and authority. It shows that you are not easily influenced or controlled by external forces. People begin to respect you not because you are louder or more aggressive, but because your silence demonstrates confidence, wisdom, and self-mastery. It communicates that you are secure in yourself and that you do not need to defend your worth or justify your actions to anyone. Choosing silence does not mean you avoid addressing important issues. It means you are discerning about when and how to respond. There are moments when silence is the most powerful answer and others when thoughtful words are required. Silence gives you the time and space to determine the right course of action, ensuring that your response, if given, aligns with your values and goals. In the end, silence is a tool of strength, strategy, and self-preservation. It is a choice to rise above the noise, to operate with wisdom, and to stay focused on your purpose. When you master the art of silence, you discover the power to navigate life's challenges with grace, dignity, and unwavering resolve. Silence is not the absence of power, it is the very evidence of it. Understanding your worth is a cornerstone of living a purposeful life. It is the foundation upon which your confidence, decisions, and relationships are built. When you recognize your value, you no longer settle for situations, behaviors, or environments that undermine your identity. Knowing your worth is not arrogance, it is an awareness of the unique qualities, abilities, and potential you carry, combined with the conviction that these are too precious to be wasted on anything less than what aligns with your purpose. When you understand your worth, you develop a sense of clarity about who you are and what you deserve. This clarity influences every aspect of your life, from the goals you set to the relationships you nurture. You begin to see yourself not through the lens of others' opinions or expectations, but through the reality of your purpose and potential. This shift in perspective empowers you to make choices that reflect your value, refusing to compromise on your standards for the sake of convenience or acceptance. Your worth is not determined by external factors such as wealth, status, or the approval of others. These things may fade, but your intrinsic value remains constant. It is rooted in the gifts, talents, and purpose within you. When you fully grasp this truth, you stop looking outward for validation and instead find fulfillment in living authentically and contributing meaningfully. You understand that your worth is not tied to what you do for others or how they perceive you, but to who you are at your core. Knowing your worth also equips you to set healthy boundaries. When you value yourself, you no longer allow others to mistreat, disrespect, or take advantage of you. You become intentional about protecting your peace, time, and energy, recognizing that these are vital to your growth and success. Setting boundaries is not about shutting people out. It is about ensuring that your environment supports your well-being and aligns with your vision. This awareness of your worth transforms how you respond to challenges and setbacks. Instead of viewing failure as a reflection of your inadequacy, you see it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Your value is not diminished by your mistakes. In fact, your ability to rise after falling only reinforces your strength and resilience. When you know your worth, you understand that every experience, good or bad, is part of the process that shapes you into the person you are meant to become. Recognizing your value also changes the way you approach relationships. You no longer cling to connections that drain or diminish you. Instead, you seek relationships that uplift, inspire, and challenge you to be your best. You surround yourself with people who respect your worth and contribute positively to your journey. This shift is not about isolating yourself, but about creating a community that reflects and supports the greatness within you. Understanding your worth empowers you to dream bigger and aim higher. When you believe in your potential, you step out of the confines of self-doubt and into the realm of possibilities. You begin to pursue goals that once seemed out of reach, knowing that you are capable and deserving of success. Your actions become bold and intentional because they are fueled by the conviction that your life has meaning and purpose. Ultimately, knowing your worth allows you to walk through life with confidence and grace. You are no longer swayed by the opinions or criticisms of others because you are secure in your identity. This security frees you to live authentically, to take risks, and to embrace the fullness of your purpose. When you understand your value, you inspire others to do the same, creating a ripple effect of empowerment and growth. Your worth is not negotiable, and it is not dependent on anyone else's acknowledgement. It is a truth that exists within you, waiting to be fully embraced and expressed. When you live in alignment with this truth, you unlock the potential to achieve greatness, not because you are seeking validation, but because you are living out the purpose for which you were created. Mastering your emotions is one of the most critical disciplines for living a life of purpose and fulfillment. Emotions are powerful. They influence decisions, shape relationships, and often dictate how we respond to the challenges of life. But when emotions are left unchecked, they can become a destructive force, leading to impulsive actions, strained relationships, and missed opportunities. The ability to master your emotions does not mean suppressing them. It means understanding them, controlling them, and using them to serve your higher purpose. Emotions are like the wind, unpredictable and ever-changing. They can propel you forward when directed wisely, but they can also derail you if allowed to take control. To master your emotions, you must first recognize that they are not inherently good or bad. They are indicators, signals of what is happening within and around you. When you feel anger, sadness, joy, or fear, it is your mind and heart reacting to your environment. These signals are valuable because they reveal what matters to you, but they should not have the final say in how you act. Mastering emotions begins with self-awareness. You must take the time to understand what triggers certain feelings and why. Are you angry because someone disrespected you? Or is it because their words touch an insecurity you have not addressed? Are you afraid of failure, or is it the fear of judgment that paralyzes you? When you take a step back to analyze your emotions, you gain clarity and can respond to situations with wisdom rather than reacting impulsively. It also involves developing the discipline to pause before acting. In moments of emotional intensity, the urge to react can be overwhelming. But maturity lies in the ability to pause, to breathe, and to think before speaking or acting. This pause creates space for reflection and perspective. It allows you to assess whether your response will align with your values and contribute to your goals, or whether it will escalate the situation and undermine your growth. Mastering your emotions also requires understanding the power of choice. While you cannot always control what happens to you, you can control how you respond. This is where true strength lies, not in avoiding challenges or suppressing feelings, but in choosing a response that reflects your character and purpose. When you take responsibility for your reactions, you reclaim the power that emotions might otherwise hold over you. One of the greatest benefits of emotional mastery is the ability to maintain peace in the face of adversity. Life is filled with situations that test your patience, provoke anger, or stir fear. But when you are in control of your emotions, you are not easily shaken by external circumstances. You become a steady presence, able to navigate storms with calmness and clarity. This inner peace not only benefits you, but also influences those around you, as your composure becomes a source of strength and inspiration. Emotional mastery also enhances your relationships. People are drawn to individuals who can handle conflicts with grace and communicate with empathy. When you are in control of your emotions, you listen more effectively, respond with kindness, and resolve disagreements without damaging connections. This emotional intelligence fosters trust and respect, allowing your relationships to thrive. Furthermore, mastering your emotions enables you to focus on your purpose. Emotions, when unmanaged, can distract you from your goals and consume your energy. But when you learn to channel your emotions constructively, they become a source of motivation and creativity. Passion, when guided by discipline, drives you to pursue your dreams with vigor. Even emotions like anger or frustration can be transformed into fuel for positive change when directed toward meaningful action. Ultimately, mastering your emotions is about aligning them with your higher calling. It is not about becoming emotionless, but about ensuring that your feelings serve you rather than control you. This discipline requires practice, patience, and humility, but the rewards are immeasurable. When you master your emotions, you unlock the ability to live with purpose, build lasting relationships, and face life's challenges with unwavering strength and wisdom. Taking responsibility for your own life is the key to unlocking the power within you to shape your future. It is easy to blame circumstances, other people, or external situations for where you are in life, but doing so only keeps you bound to a cycle of passivity and helplessness. True freedom comes when you stop waiting for someone or something else to change and take ownership of your thoughts, actions, and decisions. Responsibility is the foundation of personal growth and success. It is the recognition that your life is in your hands, and you are the one who must take action to move it forward. When you embrace personal responsibility, you stop being a victim of life circumstances. You understand that while you cannot control everything that happens to you, you always have control over how you respond. This shift in mindset is transformative. No longer do you wait for the right opportunities or for others to act first. You become proactive, intentional, and strategic in pursuing your goals. You begin to see challenges as opportunities for growth, recognizing that every experience, whether good or bad, is a stepping stone on your journey toward greatness. Taking responsibility also means being accountable for your own decisions. Every choice you make has a ripple effect in your life, and when you understand this, you become more mindful of the paths you take. You no longer blame others for your mistakes or regrets. Instead, you learn from them and use them as valuable lessons. Responsibility means owning your actions, both the successes and the failures, and recognizing that each one plays a part in shaping who you are and who you are becoming. Part of taking responsibility is recognizing that you are the author of your own story. The decisions you make today will define the person you become tomorrow. No one else can live your life for you, and no one else can shape your destiny. You must take ownership of your dreams, your ambitions, and your journey. This requires the courage to step out of your comfort zone and take risks, to make the hard decisions that will propel you toward the life you envision. It also means accepting that the path to your dreams will not always be easy, and that you must be willing to put in the work to stay disciplined and to keep moving forward no matter the obstacles that arise. Taking responsibility also means confronting the areas of your life that need attention. It requires you to be honest with yourself, to acknowledge the places where you are holding yourself back, and to address the habits, mindsets, and relationships that no longer serve your purpose. It's about getting out of denial and facing the truth, whether that's recognizing the need to develop new skills, overcome fears, or leave behind toxic environments. Personal responsibility demands self-awareness and a commitment to continual growth and self-improvement. Another important aspect of responsibility is understanding that your time is a precious resource. When you take responsibility for your life, you stop wasting time on things that do not align with your purpose. You become intentional about how you spend your energy, focusing on what truly matters. This might mean letting go of distractions, cutting ties with people who drain you, or saying no to opportunities that do not align with your goals. You learn to prioritize, and in doing so, you maximize your potential and productivity. Taking responsibility is also about taking care of your body, mind, and spirit. You understand that you are the steward of your own well-being. This means making choices that nourish you physically, mentally, and emotionally. It means recognizing that your health is a key component of your success and doing what is necessary to maintain balance in all areas of your life. Responsibility for your health is not just about avoiding illness, but about adopting habits that enhance your life and allow you to live fully and energetically. When you take responsibility, you also become a role model for others. Your actions and decisions inspire those around you, and in taking ownership of your life, you show others that they too can take control of their own destiny. Personal responsibility creates a ripple effect, encouraging others to step into their power and take charge of their lives as well. The greatest leaders are those who take responsibility for their own journey and inspire others to do the same. Ultimately, taking responsibility for your life is the key to unlocking your full potential. It is the realization that you have the power to shape your future, to create the life you desire, and to live out your purpose with passion and commitment. Responsibility is not a burden, but a privilege. It is the opportunity to stand in your own strength, to embrace the fullness of who you are, and to take bold steps toward the future you were always meant to create. When you take responsibility for your life, you step into the power of self-determination and begin to live the life you were destined to lead. Remember, you don't need to fight every battle or prove yourself to everyone. The best response to negativity is often no response at all. In silence, you regain control. In cutting them off, you make room for what truly matters. Walk away not as a victim, but as a victor, calm, focused, and unstoppable.